not mentally prepared for this at all. This is going to go so wrong so quickly. Oh, man. This is it. Winterfell. It's about to be fucking annihilated. We've been waiting for this battle since episode 1 of the whole thing. It's been leading up to this fucking battle, and I'm just not mentally fucking prepared. I'm on the rum because it's the only thing that can fucking save me from this. Like, I have to have some alcoholic beverage to prepare me as much as I possibly can. It's almost like I'm going into battle, you know what I mean? I've joined, the crew of Tyrion, Pod, Jaime, Brienne, Tormund, Davos, and I'm just sitting there drinking, like, before this all kicks off, and I'm going to be drinking throughout as well. I doubt they will be, because they'll be in the midst of battle, but at least I can sit back and just watch and drink. So I'm offering nothing to these people. I mean, I don't really need to go into detail exactly what happened last episode. It was a great Calm Before the Storm episode. It's such a great episode. It's one of my favourite episodes, because it just sets up everything perfectly for the next episode. A lot of arcs have been completed. So in that vein, you think that those characters might be on that fucking deathbed. Their lives are going to be hanging by the thread of fate right now. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, I didn't really give. Did I give my predictions as to who was going to die in this? I think I said it's obvious, like obviously Theon. I think that's, you know what I mean. But then I don't know, with Game of Thrones like subverting expectation, I don't know. It just makes sense to me, like poetically and story wise. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody can really die here. I think the only ones who are like legitimately safe are Jon and Daenerys, because they still need to do this thing with the claim to the throne. They can't just leave it on that fucking last bit right before the battle starts. You can't. So I feel like those are fine. There's one thing that I didn't talk about, because there was this theory came out about a couple of days after last episode was released, so I never got to talk about it because I never thought about it myself. But the idea that the Night King, because he didn't show up and we didn't see him at the end of last episode, that he's actually going down to King's Landing, and I think it is a very probable theory, to be honest, because I think King's Landing has to be in somewhat of a horrible state. It needs to be destroyed, if not it needs to be tampered with a bit, and I don't see Daenerys doing it. So I think it makes sense that if the Night King was to do it, because it means Daenerys doesn't have to. We've been battling against this idea that Daenerys could just go up to King's Landing and destroy the whole place, and then she's won. But she doesn't want to do that, and I think that the way that you would go about destroying that place would be through the Night King, because he has a dragon, and I think that's all he needs. All he needs is that dragon, and that place is fucked, really. You know what I mean? So we'll see. If it doesn't happen this episode, I see it happening later. King's Landing needs to be a battleground at some point during the series, right? So we'll see. Fucking hell. I mean, I'm scared for characters. I'm sure, right, so I think, to be honest, out of all of them, the worst placement, Jorah's got it the worst, because I'm sure he's right up front. He's on the front line, in the middle, leading the Unsullied or whatever. That's a bad place to be. But big ups to the guy. I mean, he's not fucking complaining, so. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. I can't keep talking forever. I just need to get into this, because otherwise I'm just going to keep putting it off and off, because I don't want to don't want to lose anybody. I've got my Ice Wolf fucking tooth necklace here. Give some, give some hope to the fucking Starks anyway, because, oh, fucking hell. I don't, no. Also, I don't think we're going to lose Gendry. I don't see it happening. We need a Baratheon at the end of this. We need one, at least. But that is all. I don't need to talk any further. Let's just get into this, and see who dies. Let's go. The scariest episode. Not prepared. Yeah, crypts are safe, are they? Oh my god, music. It's just tense, man. Ran. Theon to the gods would. Oh, Theon! Fuck, that's the Night King. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, thank god. Ah, fuck. The roar threw me off a bit. Oh, Pod. Pod! Oh, Jamie, please don't. Grey Worm. Oh, God, I think it's it for you, mate. Tormund, oh my god, these people! Gendry's out on the fucking field. Ugh. Okay, okay. In this fucking nighttime battle. Ghost. Ghost! Ghost will fucking survive this. Jorah, you've got Heartsbane. Do it for the fucking... Do it for your father. Oh my god. Holy fuck! What? Holy fuck! She did set them alight! Oh my fuck! I've just got fucking chills! I'm so scared though. Yes, fucking Heartsbane. Come on, Jorah! Everybody's a Zora high. Fucking hell. Yeah, the Dothraki already. They're going. This is it. Just lights into the darkness. Look at that. That shot is great. The battle has begun. Wow. Whoa. Fucking hell. Ghost! Yes! Jorah and Ghost together! Come on, Ghost. Look, they're just riding into darkness. You can't even see anything! Oh, fuck. All the lights are gonna go out, aren't they? No way. Fuck! Jorah! Ghost! No! Oh, fuck! Was that smart? To just send the Dothraki in alone? We've got survivors. Right, Jorah's back. Okay, okay. Alright, okay. Ghost. Ghost. Where are you, Ghost? Fuck, I haven't seen Ghost. I swear to God if Ghost is dead after that, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Oh, fucking hell. The thing is, you can't see how many there is either because they're fucking pitch black. It's just going to be nuts, isn't it? You're not going to be able to see anything. I can't even tell who Grey Worm is. I can't... Holy fuck. Come on, Jamie! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god, they're just getting pushed, like, trampled. Brian! Go on, Jamie! Dragons, okay. Right, okay. Oh man, just watch, it'll not work. It'll not work on these fuckers. It's gonna fire around the minute. What a shot that is. Look at that. Jimmy. Tormund. Oh my fucking god! No! Oh, Ed! Oh, fuck! Jesus! Oh, Tormund. Protect the retreat, Grey Worm. I keep hearing white, and then I keep seeing dragons, and I keep thinking, fuck, is it the Night King or not? He can't not die with his men. I feel like he has to go in. No, I couldn't. Oh, he pulled it. He let... Oh, fuck, he let them go. He sacrificed them. Come on, man! There it is! Oh, okay. Right. Alright. We've got a barrier. For now.
Where you belong. Home.
Yes, man. Yes, Theon is home. So he is here then. He's not a King's Landing at all. Ours is the Fury. Ours is the Fury, Gendry. You've got Robert in you. You're not gonna fucking die. Oh my god. There's no way. Oh, Oh, Jamie, no! No! Brienne, get there, please! Oh, God. Iron. Yes! Finally getting some iron action. Woohoo! One, Lyanna. Oh, fuck! Lyanna!
Again, we need you! Can't give up on us! Fuck off! We can't beat them!
Come on, Hound.
Tell her that!
Come on, Hound! Yes! Come on, Sando! Oh, Lyanna! Oh! Oh, Lyanna! Fuck! So fucking like peaceful, but it's not about to be. It's gonna be dragon battle. Oh my god! Holy! Oh my fuck! This is nuts! Oh yeah! Get in there! Oh, Beric! Where's your weapon though? You haven't got your weapon! Yeah. Oh no, he's still in there. Alright, okay. He gets to die here. Okay. I think he gave his life for Arya then. I think that's what his sort of thing.
What do we say to the god of death?
Not today! Oh my god! Oh, fucking flashback of Serial Pharrell. Oh, Theon.
Here they come!
Before he dies, Theon's cracked my top 10. He's in my top 10 favourite characters.
Steady, lad!
That's it, right? Come on, Theon. Holy fuck! Oh, man! Oh, fuck! Oh! Oh, shit! I like that. That's awesome. Oh, fucking hell! Jesus.
Dracarys.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, is it? It's not gonna work. Jon, fucking fire doesn't kill him. No, he's not rising them. Fuck off! Don't even fucking think about it. You know what's happening, Jon. It's not gonna happen, is it? Oh, he's not gonna get it in time. No, you fuck! Oh, fucking hell, man! I forgot about this coming into play. Just rising the dead again. Oh, Lyanna. Fucking come on! Ed. Oh, fuck. How do you get out of there, man? Oh, this is fucked. Shit, it's happening. He's raising them from the crypt. Oh my god, it's actually happening. Fly or fucking burn them. Oh, fucking hell. Now you fly. Oh, God's sake, Drogon. Who's saving him? Who's saving? Jorah. Yes, Jorah, boy. Although now that he's protecting Daenerys, I feel like he's gonna die. He has to leave him. Fuck, Jon. Holy fucking Christ, man. Come on, Theon, boy. Come on. I'm already welling up because I know something's like bad's about to happen. Like the end, those two. I like it. Come on. He's actually fighting. No, Jorah! You have to survive for the Mormonts, please. Oh, Theon. This is it. Theon's gonna die here. No, Jorah! Don't. Oh, fuck's sake! I knew this was coming! Don't. It's the last one standing. Fuck, Theon. Go down like a badass, mate.
Theon, you're a good man. Thank you.
Fucking hell, man. Come on, Theon. Oh. Oh, fucking come on. Oh. I can't fucking handle this, man. John! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Yes! Oh, yeah! Oh! She did it! With the dagger! I said that! I said that! Oh my god! I got it right! I said it would end with the dagger! Jorah, come on, boy. Come on, don't succumb to your wounds. Please. He's gonna fucking die, isn't he? Sick. Damn it. It's taking the necklace off. Oh, Melisandre. Just going. Holy fuck. Is that it? Just bear with me a second. I don't even know where to start, really. That was... I don't even know, like... I said I was just gonna write, like, you know, just write down just the names of people that died, because I figured it would just be a battle, and like throughout the entire episode, you know, so it wouldn't be like details and stuff. I mean, there was a few things that I wrote down other than people who had died. I did not expect it to end this episode, though. I did not expect the Night King to die this episode. Actually, yeah, I mean. Alright, right, this is where I'll start. I knew going into this, I said it at the end of last episode, that, you know, as soon as Theon said that he was going to protect Bran and the Godswood, that I knew, like, he was my certainty to die. Like, out of every character, you know what I mean, he was the one that I had picked, like, he's the one that is dying no matter what. And I still wasn't prepared for it. You see, it sucks, because it's like, he's... Aside from Jaime, he's had my favourite arc of the show. Jaime to me will always have the best arc, but Theon is behind him in that. He's been through fucking so much, and I remember back in season 2 when he betrayed Robb. I remember hating him so much, like I remember just like despising him. And then he went through the whole torture thing with Ramsay, and you know, when he got his dick cut off and everything like after that, I was like, right, it's gone a bit too far. And then Ramsay kept torturing him and made him reek, and then since then, like, you know, the last few seasons, you know what I mean, start of season 6 where he overcomes Ramsay's thing, he saves Sansa, you know, and then he goes to join Daenerys, he comes back, he starts like that essence of reek that he would always live with. And then in this, I knew him going to Winterfell, you could see it coming a mile off. Like, his arc was to it was essentially like repentance for him. You know, he had to come back and protect what he felt was his home, which was Winterfell, and I knew that. Like, I knew going back to defend it, like, because it makes poetically, it just makes sense for him to, you know, for him to go out protecting Winterfell and Bran. And, you know, like, even though I was certain, there was always that little niggle in the back of my mind that, you know, it's subverting expectation. It wants to make it obvious that Theon's going to die, but in the end he might not. And I am emotionally and mentally exhausted, if you can't really tell. I guess, alright then, I mean, I guess I was wrong then. I got caught up in the whole Night King going to King's Landing thing that I thought, like, yeah, fucking hell, that's like concrete, like that's obviously going to happen, but it's not. Night King's dead. I would have told you, I was as certain as Theon's death was as I was the Night King not dying. This episode, they did such a fucking good job of like of like losing hope. Throughout the reaction, I said multiple times, how the fuck do you overcome, like, how do you get through this? How do you do it? The one thing that I take away from this that is positive, well, aside from the Night King dying, I guess, I fucking called it. I said this battle will end with Cat's Paw, the fucking dagger. I said that. If I remember, I'll put the clip of where I said it. But it's in my Game of Thrones overview video where I was catching up to where I was. I said that this would end with that. I didn't know it was going to be this episode. She used the same technique as she did when she did the duel with Brienne. Just switch hands. I thought it was Jon that was ended up going to say it, but he wasn't moving, and then he just stared down fucking Viserion right down its fucking throat. I thought when that happened, like, a little bit inside me was like, is there a way that because it's still a dragon, it might recognise it being a target, like him being a Targaryen, and now he's got a fucking undead dragon like on his side? But nah, he was just staring it down, just ready to face death in the eyes. And then Arya to the fucking rescue, man. Here's the thing, right? Before this had happened, and like even just after like episode 2, I had it in my head, and I'm pretty sure everyone else did as well, that people were going to die, like serious fucking like people in the battle, right? Now, out of the people that did die, the biggest ones, Theon and Jorah, right? Those were the big two. Now, those two were pretty high up in like terms of like people that were going to die, but people had like reasons for like obviously Brienne and Jaime to die, and you know, fucking you know, Tormund and all of these like big characters, Tyrion, because of the fucking crypts thing. I can't believe that fucking came true. It actually got to the point where I was almost thinking of it as a meme. Like, oh yeah, the fucking undead in the crypts are gonna come alive. And then when it actually happened, I was actually gobsmacked. I don't know if anyone else actually got this feeling, but I was not actually expecting it. I actually forgot about it in the midst of it all happening. Even when the guy was raising his hands, it was almost the last thing in my mind that they were going to wake up from the crypts. I would love to know who, like, I would love to know if in next episode maybe they touch on it and they tell us who came back. It would have to be someone recent, right? Because otherwise their bones would be to, like, dust and stuff. So it would have to be someone like fairly recent, like relatively, but I have never witnessed an episode of television or even a movie, and this was movie length, you know? This was feature length. There's never been a movie that I've watched that throughout the entire fucking length of the movie I have been on edge, scared, anxious. Like, this is crazy. This episode is crazy. This my immediate thoughts after wants me to say that this is the best episode of television that has ever aired, ever. That's what I want to say. The only thing that's keeping me from that is that in the context of itself, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's going on. The reason why this is so impactful as an episode is because you've had these seasons leading up to it. Like, from episode 1, the threat of the fucking the Night King and the White Walkers, right? From the undead from the north. That has been from day 1. It's like the first real scene of the entire show. You have what's his fucking name? Is it like Waymar Royce or something? And a couple of Night's Watchmen go out beyond the wall. That's like it's the first scene. They go beyond the wall, and they see like this White Walker and shit thing already happening. It's led up all the way up to this moment, and it's like the equivalent. I can't believe like we've got this and Endgame in the same in the same time frame. Because it's both of these things that have like led up to this one moment, like this one episode, this one movie. And it's the culmination of it all going tits up. This week's insane. I've had My Hero Academia 2 Heroes movie, which was fucking nuts. Attack on Titan's back. Game of Thrones, this fucking episode. And then I'm going to watch Endgame like later this week. It's probably the most like emotionally exhausting fucking week that I've ever had in my entire life. I'm just stunned. Like, I can't, like, I want to talk about my fucking notes, but I don't know how to start them. Like, okay. I guess I'll just start from the fucking top. I'm almost like wanting to just go through it naturally and not have to like go through my list and be mechanical. I just want to just take it in because this is something that is special. It's like, it's fucking special. This is TV, for fuck's sake. Like, I've loved fucking TV shows in the past, you know, all the way up until like season 5 of Walking Dead. That was my favorite TV show of all time. And I was watching Game of Thrones through that time period, you know. I still love Game of Thrones, but Walking Dead was something special to me for that. And then after season 5, and then, you know, you start of Walking Dead and that and Game of Thrones carrying on. They both had like down patches. Game of Thrones mostly was season 5. It was, you know, still what was good in there was good though. And then but that's the thing, like how do you can't do anything but fucking take it all in when you've had like 8-9 years with these characters and you've been through all of that fucking ups and downs and everything, and you're just waiting for this one moment to happen. And this is like, they've done such a good job with this episode. They really fucking have. Like, these last 2 episodes, fucking top quality. The opening, I guess you could say, like, oh, like, I guess not really much happened. It was setting up everything. And then the second episode was... These last 2 episodes, paired together, unbelievable. I can only imagine, like, if you want to binge watch this, and you want to watch episode 2 of the season, and then immediately go into season, like, episode 3. Because I would have been fucking even... I would have even been more fucking distraught. Like, I can't, like... Trying to gather your emotions all... Alright, so, right, top of the list. Ed, the first one to go out. Ghost, where the fuck's Ghost? I said, if that's how Ghost goes out, I'm gonna be pissed. Because if there's one thing, I get it's a show and they can only afford budget for like so much stuff, you know what I mean? So, but fuck, like Ghost has been so underutilized. I hope he comes back, but is he though? Is he really going to come back from that? Like, it would be a bit odd if he just randomly showed up, and that's what's annoying to me. Because now I'm like, well, if he does show up, it's a bit like, well, where the fuck did he go for the rest of the battle then? And if he doesn't, well, it's assumed that he died then. And in that case, I'm not happy. So about the Ghost thing, I'm unhappy about that. I'll say that, but next week if he like pops up, I'll be fucking ecstatic. But you know, like right this moment. But yeah, Ed. He was probably the lowest of the main characters, which is a bit harsh to say. You know what I mean? But he was. Out of like everyone that was in the battle, he was probably the bottom tier, probably like the most background character out of a lot of them. But he went out saving Sam. I just knew it. I could see that coming a mile off, man. It didn't make it any less fucking tough though. Grey Worm sacrificing the Unsullied. I wrote down Grey Worm first because I was like, holy shit, Grey Worm, he's protecting the rest of them. But I thought he was in front. And then I saw one of them like dart back through the like over the bridge, right? In between the spikes. And I didn't think that was Grey Worm, and now all of a sudden he was behind them. But he I could see in his mind there was this mental game with him, like not wanting to, like I said during the reaction, I said he's going to go back in. Because I thought in his head that's the mental game he was playing. He was having a fight with himself, like, what do? Do I go in and fight with my brothers, or do I stay alive for Melisandre? That's what I thought he was thinking in his head, and he chose Melisandre. And it's a bit up in the air for me, because I'm thinking, like... He basically said to his Unsullied to stay and protect the retreat. And he got himself out of there. Now, as a leader, I don't... I feel like if you're going to make that decision, you stand out there with your fucking people, that you're ordering them to do that. You're ordering them to essentially die so that everyone can get back and retreat. So if you're ordering them, right, then you best fucking stay with them and see it through yourself. You know? It's the same, like, whole thing with Captain going down with the ship. So, if I'm being honest... I'm not all that happy with Grey Worm in a minute. I feel like that was a bit of a dishonourable move on his part. If he's thinking just straight up from Melisandre, I guess that's one point. It's his personal view of it. My personal view of it is he told them to fucking stand their ground and protect the retreat, and he didn't do the same. So yeah. Arya saved the Hound, Arrow, and that came back later, which was great. I mean, well, yeah. I guess he did. I guess he did save her. The thing is with the Hound is that because he has such this massive fear of fire that he doesn't. I do like I don't know. Here's the thing, right? I thought it was fire at first, but then he just gave up on the idea of even fighting them because he thought, no, that was it. Now, I don't know specifically if in his mind he was thinking he doesn't want to fight because there's fire around, or he generally thought that the undead were just a massive fucking, like, there was just no point. At that point, I was like, oh, come on, Sandor. Like, you know, you've always been the guy to be a fighter, you know what I mean? You do like the fight. And to see him kind of lose that, you know, was a bit like, come on, man. You know, I said during the reaction, like, he was the reason why Thoros died in the end, you know, because he couldn't face the fire. But I like that. See, Beric was Beric was one of the MVPs of this episode. He's the one that basically pointed out Arya for the Hound. Hound ended up going to fight to save Arya, which is great. And then Beric ended up saving Arya anyway. So Beric actually played a bigger part than what maybe some people might have previously thought. I said during the reaction as well, in the books, Beric basically gives his life force to create Lady Stoneheart, or Catelyn, right? Rises her from the dead. And I thought maybe there might have been something in it at the end. I knew that there had to be something with Beric, the reason why he was brought back. And then Melisandre confirmed it. He was brought back so that he could save Arya at that moment. I mean, at that point, you've got to assume that it is actual godly stuff. And not... I mean, it would be very coincidental that that's what he was brought back for, I guess. But it's like, well, why would he have been brought back that many times if, you know, there has to be a reason for it and not just giving him back? Because then why, if it was just magic, Thoros doesn't have any magic. He just said the words. So if that's the case, then anybody could do it then, right? If there wasn't some, I guess, higher power at work in the world. But, yeah, I mean... Beric want to go as well. I thought he was going to get left behind by the Hound. I'm glad that he got, like, to die away from it and, like, in peace. I mean, he was ready to go at any time, really, wasn't he? The fact that he kept running. Big ups to Beric, because he got stabbed so many fucking times and he kept going. So that's strength. That's will right there. So, you know, drinks up to Ed, drinks up to Beric. Melisandre coming back, doing bits. I don't know where she come from. It looked like she came from the darkness. Like she came from where the fucking White Walkers and everything were. I might be wrong. I mean, I've had like my curtain like slightly open. I've had to shut the rest of them because otherwise I wouldn't be able to say anything. I could barely say anything anyway as it is. That's why I'm doing this throughout the whole fucking reaction. But regardless of where she came from, she set all those fucking swords alight. Now I got chills in that moment, even though it fucking amounted to nothing, because basically in a swoop the Dothraki had died. They were gone. That was it. Great visual. I love the fact that all you can see is lights going out. That's great. Love it. I love the fact as well, I love because of the way it's shot, because the whites and everything literally bring the darkness and the cold, that all you can see, especially from Jon and Daenerys' perspective, from their point of view, it's literally just a wall of light versus a wall of dark. It's literally a wall between darkness and light. It's great. I love the visuals of that. But the best visuals of this episode was when the blizzard came and you saw the dragons breathing fire in it. That was fucking awesome. That was great because it gave off that like sort of effect where when you see, if it's like a very, it's like if you see like fork lightning in the distance, but it's within like cloud and stuff. It like, because you get the fork lightning, but you get the sort of the effect of like the offshoot light that basically lights the whole cloud up. That's basically what it was like. It was an awesome effect. That looked amazing. So yeah, Night King was actually here. I got so into the theory that he would be at King's Landing. Like, I was like, yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. And I was thinking, like, yeah, Bran's saying that he's coming for me, but he didn't say when. So I was thinking maybe it's going to come later. Here's the thing. I can't believe... I mean, I can't believe the Night King died in this episode. I was sure, like, he's the big end. Before I watched this episode, right, I would have told you that if the Night King was to die in this episode, that would be underwhelming. Because they have led up from the very beginning, this whole thing, the Night King, for him to just die would be a bit underwhelming, a bit like, oh, well, that's the end of the... I guess that's the end of that then. We'll see how I feel like in like a day or two, like once I've like gotten over like the initial like viewing of it. I'm just kind of... because at the moment my emotions are overwhelmed with the fact that no one else died. So I'm happy about that. I mean, if... Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, everything will go back to Theon. Theon... Bran in this episode, like... when he didn't have to. I remember, you know, a couple of years ago when season 7 was airing and stuff, and people were like, Bran is so bland. Like, he doesn't have any emotion. And they've brought it back just a slight bit in this season, and I like it. I like that he has that hint of emotion there, as opposed to like when he was with Mira and he was like, thank you. You know what I mean? Now, he still has, like, it's still overwhelmingly, like, there's, like, you can see, like, not much feeling in his persona and everything like that. But there's a slight bit. The slight bit of him with Theon this episode is fucking heart-wrenching, and it's him saying Theon is home, giving him the encouragement, the same that he did with Jaime, saying that if he hadn't have done that, well, that, you know, he wouldn't be the person that he is today, and he might still be a bit of a dickhead, you know. And then at the end, like, when he knew, they both knew that was it. Everyone knew at that point Theon was dead. All the the characters that were there, so Theon and Bran looking to him and saying, oh, it's just... That got me. I didn't start crying until Theon, until that moment, because I knew, I fucking knew, I knew. They did such a good job of building up the episode to the points where you knew something was going to happen, like, because there was only just a bit before that where I could feel it, like, you know, before, like, you can feel yourself becoming overwhelmed with emotion. You haven't reached the point of tears yet, but you can feel it building and, like, you start welling up a bit. Just a few moments before that, I could feel it coming. Yeah, I mean, this episode was unbelievable. Fucking believable. Liana, I thought. Here's the thing. I didn't expect much from Lyanna. She was great in like being that voice of the moment. You know, she was really like, she really took on that role amazingly. But when it came to fighting, because she is so young, and it was even said like in season 7 or whatever, I was like, I don't need people fighting for me. I'll fucking fight and stand my ground, even though she'll not be able to do much because she's just a little girl at the end of the day. But it's her mental state, the power of her, the strength of her mentally, that is the great thing about Lyanna. And the fact is, she took on a giant. She didn't win, but she fucking drew. She tied. A little fucking girl took on a giant and tied. As far as I'm concerned, I guess you can call that a win. Because at the end of the day, she sacrificed herself to take down a giant. That giant could have done so much more damage. So much more damage. And she stopped it. So, cheers to Lyanna. The Night King and Dragonfire. I think we all kind of knew this would be the case. We've seen the Night King and also the White Walkers as well. Now I don't know, it could be a case of the White Walkers, they might not have the magic, so to speak, to face Dragonfire head on. I guess at this point it doesn't matter because we're not going to see it because they're all dead. But I guess, you know, the White Walkers, they can walk through fire, but could they take on Dragonfire head on? Maybe not. But I think everyone knew that when Bran said, we don't know, we've never tried, Dragonfire versus the Night King, I think everyone kind of just knew that, yeah, it obviously wasn't going to work. Even when it was like, yeah, you know, her breathing Dragonfire on it, there was never once in my mind that I was like, yeah, he's dead. There's no way. I was like, no, it's not happening. I knew it wouldn't be. Jon was there. I was like, right, well, this is it then. Him and Jon face off. And then obviously he brought up the fucking everyone, and then the fucking ones in the crypts and whatnot. Jon took on all of them people. He took on all of them dead alone. That's nuts. Now I guess, well, alone. He was taking them on alone for a long time. He was surrounded, but he took them on. And then Drogon came to help. For a moment, I was like, fuck, Bran has warged a dragon. Because the way the scenes were shot, Bran was like, Bran was warging, right? And then it cut away to the dragon saving Jon. And I was like, fuck, he's just warged a dragon. Because we've been wanting this for like, we've been thinking about this for a while. Like, people have been like, you know, does he have the ability to warg a dragon? But yeah, that was a thing that was like, I didn't even think about it during the reaction, but that could be a thing that people think about, like when Jon faces down the dragon, Viserion, if Bran would be able to warg Viserion and not take that, but you know, just a thing anyway, innit? But yeah, the fucking dragon fight, dragon on dragon. The Night King wasn't fucked. He was like, fuck it, I'll take on two. I'll take on two dragons. It was tough to see exactly what was going on because it was nuts. The thing is, with Game of Thrones, they do this. They have this style of doing fights where everything is so up in your face and quick. It's almost like you're in amongst the war fighting. You know what I mean? Because that's what your perspective would be like. Like, shit would just be happening. You're darting around and you know, discombobulated and shit. And that mixed with the fact that, you know, I could barely fucking see because it was all in nighttime. I was thinking the battle was going to go on up until morning, because Tormund said tomorrow morning before sunrise. So I was thinking like maybe the sun will come up, but it never did. I guess it makes sense with the Night King bringing the darkness that it would always be in darkness. But yeah. we'll go to the end. And I'll toast to Melisandre. I hate the fact that you give Stannis that whole fucking thing about killing Shireen. You ruined Stannis for me, because I fucking love Stannis, and you ruined it. But you came back, and you did a job. So, thank you for that. Her prophecy came true of herself, her own death. Now, here's the thing. Prophecy? Nah. She has been the character that has always looked and been being prophetic. So having these visions of the future and Azor Ahai and everything like that. Now Azor Ahai never came true. Did it? It never came true. I know it's prophesized to save the world. I mean, I guess in that regard, you would probably call Arya Azor Ahai, but not in any like real visual way. Like, she didn't have a flaming sword. She didn't, you know. But I mean, I had that joke at the beginning that all the Dothraki were fucking Azor Ahai because they all had flaming swords, but they didn't save the world, did they? They just basically added themselves to the army of the dead. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, Melisandre, so, you know, she came back, she lit all their souls on fire. It didn't do much, you know, but she was coming back to help. And then she did the whole fire trap thing, which kept them at bay for a bit. So yeah, her being prophetic, I don't think she looked at her death as a prophecy, like as something that was going to happen. It wasn't a vision of the future for her. I think she just decided that was it. I think she went out on her own terms, like not like thinking, "No, this is it." I mean, I think it was pretty clear because she could have decided just to stay alive if she wanted to. I mean, I guess she probably knew that if she was like to survive, that, you know, Davos would come in and fucking kill her anyway. But you know, her just going out into the middle there, it looked like she was like blown away in ash. Like that necklace had kept her, like, she was so old that she was like deteriorating like a corpse would. So yeah. Jorah. I'm gutted about Jorah, man. Like, both him and Theon, those are the big two. Been there since episode 1. The very fucking beginning. And when Lyanna went down, you see, I said at the end of the last fucking episode, I said he's got heartburn now. Don't fucking die. I don't know if there's any moments left. I fucking hope there is, because who's going to inherit heartburn now? I don't know. I guess I could go back to Sam, but he said he's not a fighter, so. Well, after Lyanna died, I was like my estimations in Jorah surviving went up, and I was like, oh right, okay, right. So now he's the last surviving mortal. See, because I have this image in my head of like there always needs to be one surviving, and I don't know why I think this, because it's obviously Game of Thrones, and it doesn't work that way. It's not like, you know, oh, and there's one of every house, so every house still survives. You know what I mean? It's not that way inclined, but I guess it's just me hoping. Like, me hoping that kind of shit works out in that way, you know, and there's always going to be one left, and that's the reason why I said Gendry isn't going to die, because I was like, oh, that needs to be a Baratheon. And the same way I was like Mormont, but it works. I mean, Jorah was always going to go out protecting Daenerys, wasn't he? Yeah, that sucks. So, one for Jorah. And that's what I've got written down. We did see like the likes of Ed and Lyanna come back up when he raised the dead. I thought at some point there would have to be a... I'm surprised there wasn't. I thought there would have been a moment where one of our characters would have had to have faced down like one of their friends in white form. You know, whether it was Jon facing down Ed, Sam facing down Ed, Jorah facing down Lyanna, Jon facing down Lyanna. You know what I mean? I thought there might have been a moment like that. I'm surprised there wasn't, but it never came to be. I remember before the season started and the producers and you know D&D and they were saying that, you know, the ending's going to be bittersweet. Now we're not even at the ending yet. We've still got 3 episodes. We're still not halfway through either, because the rest of the episodes are fucking feature length as well. So we're technically not even halfway through the season yet. Fuck. But I remember them saying it was going to be bittersweet, and that's how I feel after this. I mean, I fucking Theon and Jorah, that fucking sucked. I mean, you could not have gotten a more emotional goodbye for Theon. You really fucking couldn't. Jorah went down protecting Daenerys as he always would. His arc was complete, you know what I mean? He came back from grayscale and everything. But characters that are alive that I was so scared for that are still alive, which I'm fucking thankful for. Like the ones off the top of my head: Jaime, Tyrion, Tormund, Podrick. You know, I'd almost settled myself on Brienne going. Not that I would have been happy if she did go. Like, I didn't want anyone to go. But there are characters that I thought like had sort of. I'm happy for them. They've got what they wanted, and Brienne got that. Yes, you know, in last week's episode. So I guess if there was anybody that I prepared the death, a death for, it was actually Brienne out of all of them. I had a feeling in my. I mean, I wouldn't know unless I'd actually seen it, but I imagined if she had gone, I would have been solemn about it, but I would have been like, yeah, of course it was going to happen, you know. It's just nuts. But that's it. That's what I've got. I don't know what else to talk about regarding the episode other than that was unbelievable. That was an experience that is unbelievable. If they had like been able to like do this in theater, that would have been awesome, you know. Like do it in a cinema. But yeah, I mean, so I guess that's it. That's all I've got regarding what happened in the episode. So regarding the future, I had in my head that the Night King wouldn't die. So I thought that the final battle would be the Night King, and it's not anymore, which means it's Cersei and the Golden Company and stuff. Now at this point, I don't know what their numbers are looking like, but it's fucking dwindled. So I don't fucking know. This whole theory that the Jon's going to become the Night King, it's not going to be a thing, is it? Unless, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they would do it. That would be a good way to do it, where I would feel like, oh yeah, that could happen. The Night King coming back. I couldn't, you know. He died. He fucking died. So yeah, I don't know what to do now then. I know Yara's got the Iron Islands, but with how many people? Not really a lot. Cersei's got the Golden Company and Euron. Now, if we were to just fight next episode, I can tell you now, numbers wise, Cersei would absolutely fucking destroy them. I know they've got 2 dragons. They're going to have to heal up because they've been battered. I don't know to the extent of damage to Rhaegal, because I was trying to watch it and it looked like Rhaegal and Viserion were just like fucking ravaging each other. So I don't know to the extent Rhaegal got damaged. It was enough to basically make him land. because he got down, he was running, and then he basically slid and knocked Jon off, right? So he was damaged enough that he had to land. Drogon got stabbed, I don't even know how many fucking times. A lot. A shit ton. But they're alive, right? They're alive. Did we see Rhaegal once after it dropped Jon? I don't think we did. I don't think we did. But yeah, but yeah, they're gonna have to heal up. The only thing that I could see politically wise that would ever make them even would be Euron. Because Euron specifically said to Yara that I'll just turn tail and join someone else then. Although that conversation was about being on the losing side. And at this moment in time, the losing side is Daenerys and Jon. It's not Cersei. They've come away like... This is basically the best thing that could have ever happened for Cersei. This is the best thing. Like, Cersei couldn't have asked for anything better. Last episode when we were King's Landing and she was told that the dead are now beyond the wall and are about to attack Winterfell, like, and she was like, good. Me and I guess a lot of other people included were like, you idiot. You know what I mean? Did you not learn anything? Like, you think you're safe, but you're not. Because a lot of us were thinking that it wouldn't have gone this way. This is the best thing that could have ever happened for Cersei. Because now, she doesn't have to worry about the dead. Because the dead are gone. But there is a fucking dwindled Jon and Dany. Like, their army is... we've got to see the numbers next episode. But fucking a lot of their fucking... So many have died. I don't know what the numbers are, but so many... Like, they don't have a lot. They don't have a lot at all. Because the war ended up in Winterfell. Like, whoever was left alive was in Winterfell. So, how big's Winterfell? How many could have told? The people in the crypts weren't there to fight. Everyone that was fighting was on the outside. So, you might have 1,000. And even then, when I'm saying that, I'm like, that seems like too much. Because I'm like, everyone that's alive is inside Winterfell. So... that can fight. I don't know where it goes from here. Other than there has to be changes of sides. Unless, the only thing that I could think of other than Euron changing sides, which at this point I don't know why would be Dario. Or, you know, from Essos. If he has, like... Does he still have access to the Second Sons and stuff? You see, because other than that, I don't know what else. You're up against 20,000 Golden Company, plus whatever fucking Euron has in his fucking Iron Fleet. So I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here, but I'm going to have to stop talking, because, you know, I could talk forever about this, because I'm still up a height. I'm still feeling it. But I guess we'll just end off on, like, holy fuck, wow, what a fucking episode. The build-up... This is the episode really we've been waiting for. I mean, yeah, I mean, now that Cersei's almost like the final boss in a way, which is weird because you would think Cersei's less of a threat than what the Night King is, but it doesn't matter now because she's still a big threat now because of how much Dany and Jon's armies dwindled. So, I guess we'll just end it off with that. This was unbelievable. This is an episode of a show, like, just anything media wise or regardless. This stands on its own as something really incredible, and I give David and Dan, fucking HBO, everyone that was involved, you know, unbelievable work, absolutely incredible. This is an episode of television unlike any other that's ever been seen, and it's a good time to be for TV shows, really. I mean, that's set the bar. TV shows need to fucking up its ante after this, because that is nuts. So yeah, that is all. I've got that much left in my glass. So Ed, Lyanna, Melisandre, Jorah, and Theon. I hope I didn't miss anyone. That was all. I've got to go record Hunt x Hunt after this. How am I going to do it? Anyway, that is all. So thank you, everyone, for watching. In the description below, I've links to certain things. Discord, if you want to talk about anything that's happened regarding Game of Thrones, anything regarding my content, get yourself over to Discord. You can come talk to me, and you can come talk to the community as well. So feel free to come over there. SirMonkeySuit, my website, all my content is over there. And Patreon. So I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier for $5 a month. Gives you access to shows a week early. And you get 4 episodes of Hunt x Hunt every week. So if you're interested in that, get yourself over there, become an early access tier patron. Full length, $10 a month. That gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length, including Game of Thrones, this whole episode. If you want to watch my full reaction to this episode, then you can go over there and become a full length tier patron. You'll be able to. Exclusive tier, that is the $15 a month, gives you access to shows. No, that's exclusive tier, $15 a month. That gives you access to a bonus show I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in my reaction to that, get yourself over there, become an exclusive tier patron. $50, that is the elite tier. Every time you pay $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It will go to the back of the list, by 7 shows. Might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. But if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to be reacted to next, then you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is all, so thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.